Thanks for coming over so late, babe. I just things have been a lot lately and I don't know. I think I just hit my limit and thank you. That's sweet. It's not your obligation to drive over here in the middle of the night just because I want to talk, though. Yeah, I've just been feeling like I'm drowning. Like, I know that a lot of this is my own fault because of everything that I put on myself that I don't need to, but at the same time, if I didn't do that, I don't know, I just wouldn't feel like me. I I try to remind myself of that, but it's not always that easy. You know that. When you're all worked up and you're spiraling and you're way too deep in your own head and it's so hard to just pause and remember there's a bigger picture than the things you're hyper focused on. But then sometimes I can look at the bigger picture, but instead that just makes it all worse because then I obsess over how to make that picture bigger and better, and the big picture is my future. And right now, it it's just so bleak. Thank you for saying that. I keep swinging back and forth between remembering that I have talents and skills and potential and being convinced that I've already messed up my life beyond repair and have already long since peaked. Like, one of those people who peak in high school as an athlete or something, but I've never even achieved that level of accomplishment, so it's a lot easier for me to believe that all of me, has just been a waste. At least you're honest. To tell the truth, I didn't expect you to have a good response to something like that. But your support really does make a world of difference for me. Even when you call me beautiful and cute and inspiring like that, there's always this fight inside of me. I have to fight so hard every time to let myself believe that. Even now, I still I still sometimes look in the mirror and I just want to bash my face into it. I want to shatter the reflection and my own face at the same time so that maybe, in some insane warping of reality, after I clean it up and stop bleeding, it'll look completely different. I'll look in a different mirror and I'll actually see me. Sorry, I don't mean to make you worry or get so, dark. It just hurts. I mean, sure, I have good days. Hell, I have great days where I'm feeling myself and I feel powerful and graceful and beautiful. But a lot of days are also just hanging on, clinging to the smaller things that make me feel okay while I coast to the next time that I feel powerful and graceful and beautiful. I know it doesn't have to be like this. I know it. I know because there's whole weeks or sometimes even months where I feel good, where I can look in the mirror, go out and think, wow, that's me. You think that way about me all the time, huh? You're you're way too sweet, but thank you. Sometimes I really do wish I could just trade places with someone else, even for a day. Not to take their life and exchange mine, but just really see it from someone else's perspective without my own screwed up filter over it. It wouldn't really fix anything, but, it'd be nice. Nothing ever feels enough. Like, I know my brain just is wired differently, and there's not a ton I can do beyond learning how to cope and just rolling with it, but I wish I had a tiny little toolbox I could use to rewire the thing. Then again, knowing my appalling track record with fixing electronics, maybe it's a good thing I don't have a little toolbox. Shut up. Hey, you're the one who asked if I'd try to fix your tablet. You never asked if I could. It was junk anyway. You know, I used to really like trying to fix stuff like that. Yeah, really. I was kinda good at it too. At least, as far as really old computers and retro game consoles were concerned. And by good at it, I actually mean they usually still worked, or worked a little better when I was done with them. Usually. Mm, I don't really know why I stopped. I guess I just kinda got caught up in other things and it sort of drifted out of my mind. Or maybe it partially came from an unconscious need to fix electronics instead of myself, and once I finally started hormones, I didn't feel that specific compulsion anymore because I started to feel a little more complete and I never really thought about it since. Yes, amateur psychology is a talent of mine. Not that anyone should ever take clinical advice from me. Although, on the other hand, I can give great advice about avoiding bad decisions, because, you know, I've made so, so many of them. Sorry. I have a tendency to get a bit, dark without even really noticing. It happens a lot when I share life stories with coworkers. Yeah, I tell them some anecdote from my past, and I'm laughing the whole time, and by the end of the story, they're looking at me like they want to cry and hug me. Life experience really does affect your perception of things, huh? Thing is, I don't really see any of it as that sad or dark. Most of it I just kind of find funny. Maybe that's a way of coping or something, but I just don't see it as some great tragedy. It's just my life? Stuff has happened. It's definitely affected me as a person, but there's no reason not to find some humor in it, right? In fact, not like I could change any of it anyways, but even if I could change my past, I think I just want to make it funnier. I wonder what tuition for clown college is. No, I'm not serious. Does feel like I put on some clown makeup every day, though. Really kind of shoot myself in the foot with how people see me, huh? At least I can make people laugh, though. And I've always thought the world needed more laughter and more of a sense of humor. So I guess if I can be even a little part of making that happen, maybe that clown getup isn't so bad after all. Hey, thanks for coming over. I'm starting to feel a little bit better. And talking to you always helps so much when I'm feeling lost or drowning or just generally about to fly off of a cliff. No, it really does make that much of a difference. Don't undersell yourself. I appreciate you too, babe. You look dead tired, though. You can always crash here tonight. I wouldn't mind being treated like a teddy bear right about now. Well, then it's settled. Let's get comfy and try to actually get some sleep for once.